HTC One A9. As you can see, it's got kind of the same rounded 2D glass over here as the regular iPhone, and we also have an aluminum unibody here, which is really quite beautiful. You know, HTC was the first to make an all-metal phone back with the One M7, and they really always do it right. So it's a beautiful, gorgeous phone that feels great in your hands, and HTC's made a few minor differences in design that you can see when you look at it. So on the back, we have a 13-megapixel camera, which is perfectly centered in the design above the HTC logo. HTC points this out because it's one of the main differences when you compare it to the Apple iPhone, which has its camera up here in the corner instead. Otherwise, they look quite similar. We have the same antenna lines in the same positions, and they're even about the same thickness here as well, although the setting up of the ports is a little bit different. HTC's, ironically, is not perfectly centered, while the iPhone's is. They look pretty much the same from the front as well, with the 2D rounded glass and the fingerprint sensors. That's basically where the similarities end, though, when it comes to design. The HTC One A9, otherwise, is an Android phone. It runs Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and it has a Snapdragon 617 processor on it. It also has 2 or 3 gigabytes of RAM, depending on which version you buy, so you're probably going to want to get the one that has 32 gigabytes of storage, because that comes with more RAM as well. HTC also put a micro SD card slot on here, which is something that you won't find on an iPhone ever, so you'll be able to expand your storage up to 2 terabytes, and that's quite a lot for you people who like to take photos all the time. It's a very decent phone, even though it looks a lot like an iPhone, and HTC should be proud of its gorgeous design here. It costs $400, so it's quite a bit cheaper than an iPhone, and it's cheaper than most flagship Android phones as well. The performance is pretty good, although it's not on the same level as some flagship phones that we've seen running the Snapdragon 810 or 808 processors. Regardless, $400 is a pretty good deal for an HTC phone that looks this beautiful and feels this great in your hands.